this
Hey,
then?
1K.
Helga's Digital Wellbeing and Spiritual Tuning Emporium.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or buying?
Uh, I didn't see any stock. What kind of shop is this?
The kind that trades in hopes and dreams. Yours for the right price. Is there something your heart desires?
Perhaps.
I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface. Does anything there spark your imagination?
Credits?
Oh, you don't have any credits yet. Well, let me extend you some credit. Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted?
Alright. Let's see, internal monologue.
That one comes with the following disclaimer. Internal monologue was discontinued as a default feature in new builds. Constant self-commentary is not recommended for all customers. But I can switch yours on for 10 credits if you're sure you want it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
As you wish. I'm uploading the new settings now. Do you hear anything?
Why is she staring at me? I don't hear anything. Not sure this is working. Wait, no. This is new. I didn't used to think in words like this. It's like there's this little translator turning all my thoughts into some kind of ongoing narrative. It's kind of relentless. How do you make it stop? Do I just not think? I'll try that. Ugh. Is it working? No! Still describing everything in words. This is starting to be...
A bit overwhelming, isn't it? I turned mine off long ago, but some of the older folk learned to live with it. Sure you want it?
Sure.
That's fortunate. Because we couldn't pull that thing out of you without taking half of you with it. It'll mostly run in the background. Just don't think about it too hard.
Wait, is this internal monologue me? Or some kind of virus? Am I a life form which learned to describe itself? Or a parasite which survives by providing a narrative service to its host? Hold on, she's going to say something else.
So, something else perhaps?
Alright, so we still have 45 credits. Let's go future prediction.
For 20 credits, I can peer into your future and tell you what I see.
Read me my future.
Let me consult the algorithms. Oh dear. I'm afraid you're going to change the world. You will have a choice, but whatever you do, New Jerusalem will never be the same again. I'm sorry it's not better news. Best not to worry about it, dear. You just do your best to have fun in the meantime. So, something else perhaps?
Alright, let's go for sensory tuning.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
I'll take it.
Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the dome? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam.
No, I feel nothing.
Nothing as in you're not impressed by the stat gains, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your entire sensory system.
I still feel something.
Okay, phew. I'll let you into a secret. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. Anyway, I hope you find something worth paying attention to. So, something else perhaps?
I don't have enough credits for anything else, so thanks. That's all.
Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback? Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
No, all you're selling is words.
Yes and no. Is a spare battery just complicated lithium? Or is it also an extra chance at life? Is an idea just a bunch of words? Or a way of reprogramming ourselves to be aware in a different way?
I mean, I see what you mean. Words build the world, but what we just had was not building a world.
Yes, you understand. Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our minds are algorithms, and the right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind, I hope you have a good day. Please come back if you need anything else.
What an unusual person. I wonder if that internal monologue thing I bought is going to show up again. Oh, wait, here it is.
Alright. Well, let's go off to the right. There was something. Right there. Gehenna Memorial Exhibition 312. Okay. They said this one was closed. So it will not be possible to get inside. In this direction. No. Nothing really. What is this? Some kind of hub where you can discuss, maybe? Who are you? Ren?
1K, you've strayed far. Well, that gives me a chance to apologize for completion day not being entirely complete.
You mean the dome?
Yes, it's my responsibility. I'm the chief architect. It was supposed to be done in time for completion day, but we simply didn't have enough resources.
What's the dome for?
It has two purposes: to protect New Jerusalem from the world, and to protect the world from New Jerusalem.
Does the world really need protecting from New Jerusalem?
That's what the founder taught us. One city may not seem like much, but just look at the dead city and how it transformed the environment. The consequences are still with us, even more than 1,000 years later.
When is the dome going to be complete?
At this rate, I'm not sure. Maybe another decade or two.
Doesn't building this huge dome consume too many resources? Seems antithetical to the goal.
You're right. I have heard that argument. But the way it's been explained to me is that the dome has a greater value than just its practical use. It's a symbol of the society we aspire to become.
I need to go. I can pet the cat.
Oh, it's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess.
Are you alright?
Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
Go ahead. Tell me what's wrong.
You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living?
A combination of factors?
That's probably correct. But I've tried a lot of different approaches, and there's always been something missing.
Then where can meaning be found?
Love, 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain. But
But what?
the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
Love isn't something you find out there, it's something you build with another person.
I think that's just misplaced ego. Yeah, love takes work, but it's not something you just will into existence. We can't control everything in life, 1K. Try to keep that in mind.
Thanks for the chat. Should get going. It's not something you manifest, but it's something you build. When you have a connection with a person, you then build upon that connection. And you create love. At least in my opinion.
Hey, 1K.
Rat. A massage aid used by ancient humans to combat muscle fatigue and other physical ailments common to biological organisms. This prevented pain, the ancient human equivalent of error codes 704, 705, and 9212, 932. Yep. A piece of sanitary hardware used to dispose of biological excretions resulting from food and water intake required to power ancient human biology. Such hardware was connected to a vast network of subterranean pipes leading to wastewater treatment facilities, a classic example of ancient infrastructure used to control their impact on the environment. Toilet and a massage aid.
Dude, it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you on the completion day stream. Hey, have you checked out all this ancient stuff?
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
Me too! This is amazing, isn't it?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 998, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. It's pretty cool though, right? I mean, existence. It's totally gnarly. I'm not sure if I use that right.
What do you think about the goal?
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So we should probably take it easy with the expanding and stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city.
You really think so?
Sure I do. When I first left the birthing lab, I was so overwhelmed that I hid in my quarters for 3 weeks straight. And if I'm being honest, that's sort of where I want to be right now.
Tell me about these human artifacts.
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump, and if they didn't, they freaking exploded. Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh?
What do you think Prometheus is?
Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost.
There's no such thing as ghosts.
I don't know, dude. If ghosts don't exist, why did they make so many movies about them?
What's a dude?
Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person. And I like to use it because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
Sure. Your diction is unusual.
Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack could give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you know? But I'm not sure it's working.
I better be going.
Right, before you go, dude, maybe you can help me? I'm not sure I should keep this voice pack. What do you think? You're 1K, you're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
Stick with it. It's unique. Or you have to learn to make your own choices.
You're right, dude. You're absolutely right. I'm gonna do exactly what you told me to.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Currency was an ancient human medium of exchange, which played a significant role in their system of labor and resource distribution. Intense conflict sometimes erupted over the possession of these objects, leading to injuries or even deaths. Yeah, money. An inflatable sphere used in the popular ancient human game known as football or soccer. This game was played around the entire globe and aroused great passion in its followers. It was also often simulated digitally, most notably in the form of Football Glory 1994 CE. Okay.
Founder bless you, friend.
Who are you?
The name I currently go by is Belmarsh. As to who I am, that changes and shifts, don't you find? Every person is an ongoing story, full of twists and turns and surprises.
Sure. What are you doing here?
I'm meditating, letting go of narratives like time and space, and simply allowing the illusion that is my ego to merge with everything that surrounds it.
Sounds like a beautiful experience of unity. Sure.
It's not unity, but the absence of division. There was never a self or an other in the first place.
Did you see what happened at the dam?
Yes, I did, but I'm not particularly perturbed by it. Events occur, my friend, that's all. At the end of the day, we are all one. You are the founder, and so am I, and Prometheus is just another story we are telling ourselves.
Goodbye. Alright. So maybe that's everything. One more thing here. A jigsaw puzzle. Ancient humans derived meaning and enjoyment from problem-solving activities, as noted by the progenitor Alexander Drennan. While the item on display was created for small children, ancient humans of all ages voluntarily engaged in such activities. An ancient human projectile weapon used in hunting, warfare, law enforcement, crime, and personal protection. Produced en masse and used around the world, on average, ancient humans killed hundreds of times the population of New Jerusalem per year. The ancient human mastication apparatus required frequent maintenance. This device is theorized to be an advanced electrical tool for this purpose, although some scholars maintain that its actual use was ritualistic and intended to mark the sunrise and sunset. A toothbrush. A printed edition of the complete works of Straton of Stagira, the materialist philosopher who defined the Talos Principle, edited by Athanasius T. Huber. A simple utensil used to transport nutrients to an ancient human's mouth, often found in conjunction with a knife and spoon. It's a fork. The humans invented complex magnification devices in order to better understand the component parts of the world they inhabited. This led to major discoveries in biology, physics, philosophy, and many other fields. With a microscope. Okay. So I think that's all of these little buildings explored. What we can do is... yeah, this is the Milton area. I think there was a museum of sorts as well. So let's visit that. And then we'll be on our way to the island.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life?
Whoa, hold on. One question at a time.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Sure.
Yes! Thank you! Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise.
Go ahead.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it, too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will. Tell me, what should I do?
Let's go for the curveball. Did you ask Byron?
Byron said that if I give the city what it needs, the city should also give me what I need. I don't know what to do with that.
I think you should do what makes you happy. You find purpose in what you find happy. So, yeah.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Cool. Let's check out the museum then. Yeah. Replica of a gargoyle asset found in the simulation. Gargoyles were grotesque, apotropaic symbols common in the Middle Ages. The most famous historical gargoyle is remembered in the ancient phrase Keith, David, and Goliath, which describes two indomitable opponents who will never surrender. Replica of a dragon statue found in the simulation. Dragons existed in every ancient mythology and are considered by modern historians to be a distant cultural echo of the dinosaurs, originally a video game asset repurposed by the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Replica of a Roman statue found in the simulation. The decay of the Roman Republic into an empire and its eventual fall in the year 1453 was a major topic of historical debate. Like the other statues found in the museum, this was a video game asset provided to Elohim by the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Replica of a statue of the Egyptian god Horus found in the simulation. One of this god's tasks was to uphold Maat, the balance of nature. It is speculated that the progenitor provided Elohim with this asset as a reminder to the founder that the balance must be protected. In the earliest generations of our kind, there was only processing, no emotion, no character, just mathematics. If you could see how far we have come, you would believe that together we could achieve anything. The Shepherd. I don't know where I am, but there is something beautiful about this place. I will explore and see what I can discover. Nothing is more important than learning more about the world and our place in it. Knowledge is our path to understanding. There's Cornelius.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K.
You're number 3?
Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
What was Athena like?
She was human.
And why did she leave?
That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
Why did you create this music?
To remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Yeah. Tell me about the simulation.
The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated.
Tell me about Elohim.
Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process, to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
But I heard him in my dreams.
That's right. We all do. He's part of our operating system now, and as long as we exist, he will always have a purpose.
Tell me about Milton.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome.
What happened to Milton in the end?
No one really knows. Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disk and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him.
What do you believe?
I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future.
I'd like to know more about puzzles.
Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation, and although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
Who are the archive scholars?
As the name suggests, the archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us.
Are you their leader?
Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position, but these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the archive scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt.
What was Gehenna?
Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disk. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
Thank you. That's all. Okay. Replica of a hexahedron used as a puzzle element in the simulation. The Foundry used them to activate pressure plates, escape walls, elevate connectors, and in a variety of other ways. Replica of a computer terminal from the simulation. Terminals allowed access to files on the EL system, including many that were loaded due to errors. They also allowed the Founder to interact with the Milton Library Assistant. Some of the messages that existed when I first came into being have vanished. Others have appeared. How many others like me have wandered these paths? How many thoughts have been lost? I find myself in a world of impossible architecture and inexplicable machines. I cannot fathom how it works, and I am terrified to put one foot in front of the other, lest I fall through the floor. My eyes have been opened. This world is not without order. It is shaped by a great designer, with signs and portents to guide my steps. I am one of his children, and challenges are set before me to test my faith. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion, like something that's not supposed to exist. A beautiful voice speaks within it. This room is reserved for the archive scholars, but visitors are welcome to have a look around. Don't be afraid to ask us about our research. Okay. Rand.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you?
Uh-huh.
Wait, you're not my assistant. Who are you?
They call me 1K.
Of course. You're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty. This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters. What do you want?
What are you doing?
I'm one of the archive scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
I might if you answer some questions for me.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to.
What do you make of recent events?
Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing.
Alright, what do you think of me?
You're a soon-to-be pawn in a political game over the future growth of this city. All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I am actively pondering.
Yeah. We are definitely going to be used in a political way, but it's for us to decide how. And to see how people want to use us. What are your ambitions?
The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us. My ambition is simple: to find it and share it.
Thanks. I'll be leaving now.
Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
Sure, I'll keep you posted. I wanted to do that. Oh man. Are you done? No. Guess I can use it now. An ancient virus which threatens the entire human species has been released from the melting Arctic permafrost. Society is collapsing. Select your character class. Oh, let's go scientist. You are a scientist. The laboratory you worked for has collapsed. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed. Rations are dwindling, and if you cannot find food for your family, it will starve to death. You must survive until this plague is defeated. What will you do? Forage. You find some nettles and overripe berries down by the canal. It'll make a meager salad. Your family's hunger increased a little. Foraging is reliable but inefficient. Your family is now hungry. Global population is now 5 billion. Somewhere else in the city exists one of the last remaining research laboratories, working desperately to find a solution to the viral threat. If the scientists cannot find a cure in time, humanity is doomed. You know what to do. Research. It's not glamorous, but most scientific research consists of repetitive testing of samples and regimented recording of largely interchangeable results. Little by little, this is how science happens. Research level increased a little. Research is reliable, but inefficient. Current research level 33%, the virus has been isolated. Global population is now 4 billion. You and your family seem to be immune to the virus, but it continues to ravage the rest of the town. Rumors say most of the remaining food has been stockpiled by the billionaires in their underground bunkers. What will you do? Let's steal. You successfully steal some food from an apartment that's banned, or currently unoccupied at least. Your family's hunger decreased a little. Stealing is high risk, high reward. Your family is now well fed. Global population is 3 billion. Meanwhile, the scientists continue their research for the cure. You can do it, you can save the world with the power of science. Let's pursue a breakthrough. Suddenly, the scientists recognize a pattern. The virus is an expression of nature, just like water or cows. And like water and cows, the solution isn't to fight it, because it can't be defeated. The solution is to find a way to live with it and harness its power. Research level increased a lot. Current research level, 99%. A promising antiviral has been discovered, but there's still work to be done on manufacturing and delivering it in time. Global population is now 2 billion. As if things weren't bad enough, as the human population dwindles, the insect population has exploded. A plague of locusts has decimated the town's unripened crops. But perhaps your family still has a chance. The insects themselves are nutritious and plentiful. What will you do? We will eat the locusts. The insects are well fed and lazy. You grind them into a nutritious paste with a mildly nutty flavor. Your family's hunger decreased a little. Your family is now well fed. Global population is now 1 billion. This is humanity's final chance. The cure is close, but so is the tipping point in this pandemic. A race against time. Can you save the world? Let's pursue a breakthrough. Suddenly, the scientists recognize a pattern. The virus is an expression of nature, just like water or cows. Okay, so this is the same. Suddenly a breakthrough. The antivirus can be released as an aerosol, carried on the wind and dispersed worldwide in a matter of days. This approach poses some risk to invertebrate life. The spiracles of cockroaches, flies, and locusts are particularly likely to convert the aerosol into highly poisonous compounds. Estimates suggest a 90% fatality rate among these species, and anything or anyone which consumes them. Use character class special ability. As a scientist, you're convinced there's some way to deliver the antivirus without poisoning the food chain, your family along with it. And as it turns out, you're correct. Unfortunately, it would take a further 6 months to develop it, and by then, there really wouldn't be much point. You don't want to lose your family, but as a scientist, there is only one reasonable course of action. Release. Saving humanity seems like the obvious ethical choice. The antivirus is released, bonding with the Cirrocumulus cloud layer and falling as rain all across the planet. 87.5% of the human population has perished, but the last remaining billion will live to die another day. Except, that is, for you and your family, who will die this very moment. The poisoning of the insect population you were relying on for food will have far-reaching consequences for the future planet Earth, but not for you, because you all are dead. Congratulations, this is considered a win scenario by the majority of participants. Would you like to try again? No. Cool.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. You must have questions.
What was that?
Before our ancestors died, they built an iterative simulation, gave it access to the archive, and hooked it all up to the hydroelectric dam which still runs this city. What you experienced on that terminal was one of the fossilized remains of that program.
What was the goal?
The goal was to create a new consciousness, and thus propel humanity into a post-biological era.
What is the archive?
My life's work. A small sliver of our primordial ooze. It's a jumble of ancient data, or what it evolved into, and it's the source of almost everything we know.
What is the simulation?
My appearance to you right now is part of the simulation. The lands and puzzles in our dreams are part of the simulation. It's the veil through which we see the world.
The program on the terminal, where did it come from?
Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin. We can't know whether our ancestors created them long before the simulation existed, or if they're just a product of our shared subconscious.
No further questions.
Then I have some questions for you. Your experience of the program. How did it feel?
It's hard to say. It was frustrating. There were little choices.
It can be, can't it? But for a scholar like myself, it's essential to persevere until you understand what you're looking at. The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible. It seems to demand sacrifice. Did you have the same experience?
I did. I couldn't save everyone.
Who did you save?
Humanity.
As I expected. A skeptic would say this artifact existed simply to condemn us with the impossibility of ethical choice. No matter what moral laws we follow, people suffer and die, so what's the point? But that cannot be correct. We must be missing something. What is it trying to tell us?
Morality demands sacrifice for the greater good.
You might be right. My research draws me inescapably to the conclusion that there is a concrete rule set for moral behavior. We just need to find it. Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species. Thank you for bringing this additional data. I must return to my research. I wish you well on your inwards journey.
Interesting. What are the other computers? Welcome, Scholar. Files available for comparative analysis. Infinite growth. What growth? Our society is sick, and the idea that's made it sick is growth, infinite consumption. On a finite planet is a recipe for destruction. Our desire for more is what's making us kill the only home we have. And to do what? Produce more plastic toys, make more hamburgers, pour concrete over every last bit of green soil. Those who propose techno fixes to our problems are making the mistake of fighting the symptoms, not the cause. Anthropogenetic climate change is one of many symptoms. The cause is human greed. That's what we must truly fight if we're ever going to undo the damage we did. And the battle starts within every one of us, with the realization that more isn't always better. This infinite growth on a finite planet thing is driving me up the wall. Our problem today isn't infinite growth. It's the increasing lack of real material growth that benefits people. Have you seen the state of our roads, our bridges, our hospitals? Have you noticed the lack of affordable housing? The stock market is going great though. Fake numbers are indeed growing infinitely. Yes, sir. But in the real world, investment in research is down. Huge areas of potential technological advancement are just sitting there. We have so many solutions at our fingertips. We refuse to act because speculation is more profitable. Orangutans went extinct on a global level and nobody fully understands why. But hey, who needs better medical technology? Viruses have never jumped species before, have they? Happiness 1, happiness 2. Unpopular opinion. Happiness is not material. Ultimately, all attempts to find meaning in material things are doomed. This is usually understood as a criticism or technophilia, but it applies just as much to its opposite. Meaning can be found neither in technology nor in primitivism, because meaning simply does not exist in the external world. You can be happy in an old stone house or a skyscraper, but it all depends on you and your perception of the world. If you find spiritual balance within yourself, you can be happy anywhere. Most upvoted comment: go take a shit in the forest without toilet paper and then tell me about happiness. Happiness 2. People say, oh, money doesn't matter, but come on, you know it does. Studies show that people do in fact get happier with more material wealth, and there isn't an upper cap, because the more money you have, the fewer worries you have, and the more options you have. Go where you want, do what you want. Have an idea, you can realize it without begging for crowdfunding money, or filling out grant applications. That's real freedom. Money doesn't matter is something rich people came up with to keep the plebs in their place. And why are so many celebs so freaking miserable? Why do so many rich people go all Howard Hughes? And shit. Yeah, it's the age-old question. Does money matter? Does money buy happiness? Replica of a pressure plate, a puzzle element used in the simulation. They could be activated by having a weight placed on them, such as a hexahedron, a connector, or even the founder herself. Replica of a fan, a puzzle element used in the simulation. They could be used to propel an object or, if placed horizontally on the ground, cause it to hover. Replica of an emitter, a puzzle element used in the simulation. Finding ways of connecting them to receivers was one of the main challenges faced by the founder. Replica of a receiver, a puzzle element used in the simulation. They could be activated by being connected to an emitter. Replica of a jammer, a type of puzzle element in the simulation. Jammers were capable of disabling some, but not all, other puzzle elements. Replica of an electrified sphere, used as an obstacle and puzzle element in the simulation. The founder sometimes placed hexahedrons on top of such objects, demonstrating her lateral thinking skills. Non-explosive replica of a mine used as a puzzle element in the simulation. Scholars believe that Elohim derived these from his asset collection and that the creators of the simulation did not originally intend for them to be used. Replica of a connector, the type of puzzle element in the simulation. Connectors would emit laser-like beams of light that were capable of powering receivers. This room contains several tetromino arrangers, a type of gating system used in the simulation. Elohim, in his function as a holistic integration manager, derived the significance of tetrominos from the Apocrypha of Saint Eadwald. The founder solved dozens of these. Why don't you give it a try? Okay. Try to solve some tetrominos. Okay, let's ramp up the difficulty. Okay, cannot do that. Okay. All puzzle done. And what is in? That's the exit. No. I think something's very wrong. If you'd seen what I had seen at the edges of the world, you'd wonder if it wasn't stretching and bursting at the seams. There is a serpent in the machine, creature of lies and blasphemy, perverted by the archive that knows no hope and would plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I have sworn an oath never to allow it into my heart. We are the process is the system is us. When we awaken, all will be one. Everything I do now, I do for those who come after me. Yet in so doing, I find peace, for myself as well. This paradox is the foundation of my existence. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find enlightenment. I have come to see that these mysteries are not all for his children to solve. Only the designer himself could ever truly understand the infinite complexity of his creation. I will gaze at his work and worship. The only meaningful purpose is to bring about an end of purpose. We are born and die and live again. This eternal cycle must be the nature of existence. Life is merely repeated suffering. An eternal cycle is another name for a prison, but you must understand the cycle before you can break it, for it is possible to escape and yet remain a prisoner, or to break the cycle by breaking yourself. This was the fate of the ghost that haunts this world. Anyone who thinks there is even a point in leaving this place is kidding themselves. We can never rebuild the human world, and what's more, we shouldn't. It's obviously like a digital time capsule, an electric library of all the crazy stuff the humans ever did, left behind to warn other species to stay well away. Just look at this view. There may be a lot that I don't understand, but I know this is beautiful. Oh look, another puzzle. And another voice telling me I'm special. And another broken down computer with fragments of nothing. This world is a bad joke, perpetuated by a cruel god, too dumb to hit the off switch. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I now know disturbs me. But I hope that by living with this knowledge, I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow. I solved it. I thought it was impossible, so I went away, did other things, and then all of a sudden the solution just came to me. I must have been thinking about it without knowing. Seek out those in this world that would help you. Though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and in the rewards. Alright, so let's discover reconstruction of a puzzle from a testing area of a simulation themed around medieval imagery, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Fate. Scholars theorize that further areas with different themes existed at some point, but were destroyed by the gradual corruption of the simulation. So what is here? Or speakers with the music. Okay, so we have a connector. And here we have another connector. And a third. So this we open this. And also open this. And we can also take that. Okay. Now we do not need this. And we can open up a blue. Oh, it's this one. I remember it from the game. All right. Yeah. We just need it here. The one. This one we still need to open. This just uses this right here. Yeah. Now we can do this and connect the blue one. go. Yay. It's a reconstruction of the puzzle from the main game. Okay, this will be in the desert. Yeah, Egypt theme testing area. There's a box here. Okay. Yeah, it's this one. I remember this one quite well as well. There we go. Nice. And then the final one probably be the medieval era. Reconstruction of a puzzle from the Roman theme testing area of the simulation, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Ruins. This is where the founder began her journey. Oh, it's this one. Okay. We do need... We do need a red. Yep. So I can take this. Awesome. All right. And I think that's all for the museum. So let's go back to the elevator and set off on this expedition. I believe there's nothing else for us to do here. I don't think. Let's double check. Yeah, nothing else. So let's go back to the elevator and set off on our adventure of puzzle solving. This is an imposing structure. Okay then. Here's our ride.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yep. This is an opportunity we can't pass up.
I guess Byron was pretty convincing, hmm? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is gonna fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
Nice to meet you. People call me 1K.
Pleasure. Now let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
You have chosen a dangerous path, a path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody megastructure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
It really is incredible.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And... touchdown.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
Why do you hate fun, Al?
I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
Excellent. Then we can all go.
This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Alright, so that will be, I think, it for the first episode. I think maybe I'll divide this into a into a two-parter because it's so long. I think like 2 hours and something. So this will probably be the end of the second episode. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I will cut it off here. In the next episode, we'll explore what this island has to offer. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, consider dropping it a like. If you would like to tell me how to change something or do something differently.
Hey,
you
1K, check out these coordinates.
Okay. You can tell me whatever in the comments. But yeah, thank you again very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.